Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus, one more time. I don't come to you professing to be something that I'm not. I'm not the Son of God, and I'm not the son of Satan. I'm just a human being, just like each of you. I have a capacity to love and hate, but love seems to make me smile, and the hate seems to wipe it away. When I'm thinking about the things that come out of my spirit, it brings me joy, because I see a people just like myself with all the differences that I don't have. But when mingled with mine, we are a beautiful set. I see life, and in that life, I see life in everyone else. Life eliminating pain and suffering. It's just a little young boy like me, born of a young mother, raised by great-grandparents, descendants from slavery, but having received the knowledge of a power that's bigger than me and all those that are more powerful than me, gives me the authority to speak truth. I see in America today, the Democrats. We as Americans know what the Democrats are like. They're a little crooked. We think about the Republicans. They too are a little crooked. And then there's another on the scene right now. It's not crooked. It's from the pit of hell. In other words, some accept truth. They just sometimes not understand how it works. And there are those who create their own truths. And it, my friends, violate all the rules of life. What I'm saying to you in a long, long way is this. For me, it pains me when I see people who are going through the changes of life. When I see people heads bent down, when they seem to have lost all hope. When I see politicians, people who have taken oaths, who's supposed to have the law all behind them, guaranteed to present themselves and the system which they represent as well, in such a way that we the people, for the most part, come off satisfied. When I see negligence in that regard, it says to me that we have lost, and it is time for somebody to stand up and speak truth to power. Ladies and gentlemen, the pain and suffering that we have, our young people have, black and white, the guys that are playing with guns, black and white, cops and others, it is all because we have made wrong choices. We have held in high esteem the founding fathers, and I guess you can say that's all right, because perhaps were they not there doing their bid, that we as Americans, or you as Americans, would not be here. Be that as it may, this is a different day and this is a different time. And while the same institutions are required to maintain a status of life, changes must be made to accommodate the new day. Pain and suffering between races, young people, people of different sexual persuasions, these things are not important to God. And when I say God, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I am not speaking for America. I'm not speaking for any parts of the world. I'm not speaking from a Democratic perspective or a Republican perspective or a migrant perspective, or any perspective except what my heart tells me is the right thing. And what my heart tells me is the right thing, then any other heart that's speaking that cannot balance this needs to be corrected. Needs to be corrected and must be corrected. But I want to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, as you hear me, this is not going to be a magical thing. I don't care how right it is for everybody to live as if we are. You have heard me describe it 1,000 times. I don't care how right it is. It's not going to just happen. As long as you, the people, resist it. Do you know that the people who follow Donald Trump are resisting the rest of the things that America says it's all about? They are just totally resisting it. And as evil and ugly and dirty and funky as we know it is, they still accept it as the divine order of things. And then the rest of us who have sat here and allowed this stuff to happen because all of our acceptance in life have been to continue that which was started by our founding fathers, and that's slavery. That's treating people like animals, racist. You've built this nation on it, and nothing could make you change it. The years come, the years go, hundreds of years go, and still won't change it. It's divine. And it is that kind of stuff that creates the hate, that creates the kind of animosity that exists. Because you're not fair. And it, my friends, have created Donald Trump. So we, Americans, have created Donald Trump and the MAGA. And then the Democrats and Republicans are talking about, we got to defeat Donald Trump and the MAGAs. They are trying to take us straight to hell. So you're just trying to stay out of hell, but you're not trying to get into a place else better. Why can't you try to get better? Why can't you try to get better? Why can't you make sure that when our young people come out of high school, if they need college, they got it? Why can't you make sure that if they need a trade or something, that it's there for them? Why can't you make sure that when they have the training that they need, when they're qualified to take care of a career, that they have it? Why can't you do that? Why you gotta be sitting around there fussing about somebody being a rich man, the richest one, somebody coming with an idea to make and rip people off? How come we got to be like this? How come we have to spend our whole dead blasted life like this? How come I got to be the one to tell you this? Ain't no white politician telling you this. Ain't no white preacher, black preacher, anybody telling you this. You're not even getting this in the church. But you'll go to the church. You'll feed those prosperity preachers and being a part of a mega group like it is heaven. You'll join these other organizations ready to grab guns and go killing folks like it's the way of God. And somebody tell you, well, you can sit your butt down and be who you are and stop being led like a fool, doing all this kind of ugly stuff that you'll be ashamed of one day when your eyes open. I gotta sit down here and tell you that you're acting like a fool, acting like you're stupid, acting like you got no brain, and doing the things of others that causes pain and suffering to everybody in this country and everybody around the world. And you says it's okay, and then talking about a God. What kind of God are you talking about? Somebody needs to straighten you up. Tell you about a God that says that you are important, but not only you, every last person on the face of the earth, that made it possible, that things that you cannot deal with, that you cannot handle, that he created, that God created to make sure that it was available all over the earth where it's supposed to be. That God did that. Made sure that we would know what we need in the process of being here doing the business for which we are here. That we would understand how to engage ourselves in that which gives us our greatest joy and create this heaven on earth instead of walking around and talking like a fool. That's a nigger. That's a hunky. That's a bitch. And gotta go and try to walk around talking about you got something going on. You a stupid son of a bitch. Somebody need to tell you about a sweetness that takes away that son of a bitch attitude. Tell you about how wonderful it is to know the truth and walk according to the truth. To stop walking according to somebody else telling you some stuff that's causing pain and suffering while you say you're doing all right. I'm tired of seeing young people suffering. I'm tired of seeing people trying to explain the problems on the backs of the youth when we have given them nothing. And I'm tired of us being critical of others without taking the responsibility of ourselves for that part which we are supposed to play. Now, I'm telling you what I'm telling you. If another American never opened their mouth, and if another American never tells you that there's a God that they're willing to give their life to prove, if no one ever tells you that you can have your will, that you can have heaven on earth, I don't care if nobody ever tell you that. That is my words to you. Because I know what I'm talking about. And it hurts, it tears me up knowing that you don't know any better. You really don't. And somewhere I heard it said that you won't know any better until you've gone through the fire, till you've gone through the pain and suffering. You don't have to. If you could listen, somebody else has already gone through it and can come back and tell you. Somebody else can speak what has been revealed to them. But it has been said that you won't know until you have gone through the fire. Then you'll understand, and only then. Good night.